Ever wonder why some leaders and some companies just connect with us? They inspire this incredible loyalty, while others just seem to fall flat. What is their secret? Well, it turns out there's a pattern. Dear book lovers, welcome to another insight-packed book summary episode of Summerpedia. We are here to bring you more titles in less time.
In this episode, we are going to explore the important and highly practical lessons from the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Now, this isn't just some passing business trend. Sinek uncovered a powerful, naturally occurring pattern, a kind of blueprint for how truly inspiring leaders think, act, and communicate. Let's dig in and see how it works.
Okay, so think about how most organizations talk to you. They start by telling you what they do. It's the most obvious, the clearest thing to talk about. But Sinek argues this is actually a deeply flawed approach. It relies on short-term tactics that he groups under a pretty provocative term, manipulation.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Manipulation sounds pretty sinister. But what Sinek is talking about are the everyday tactics we see all the time. Price drops, special promotions, a bit of fear-based advertising, peer pressure, the classic carrots and sticks. And hey, let's be honest, these things work. They can get you to buy something, but they will never, ever build true loyalty. And this slide just nails the difference, doesn't it? Manipulation drives transactions. It's a short-term game, and it often creates stress and doubt. But inspiration, that's a whole different ballgame. It builds real, genuine loyalty. It's a long-term play that creates this deep-seated feeling of trust and connection. So the big question is, how do we get there?
Well, that brings us to the absolute core of the book, a beautifully simple but incredibly powerful framework that Sinek calls the Golden Circle. This is the key, the secret decoder ring to how all great inspiring leaders and organizations think, act, and communicate.
And there it is, 3 simple circles. At the very center, you have why. Then comes how. And on the outside, what. Now here's the mind-blowing part. Sinek discovered that while pretty much the entire world communicates from the outside in, the most inspiring leaders on the planet do the exact opposite. They start from the inside and work their way out.
Let's break this down real quick. The outer circle is the what. This is easy. Every single organization knows what they do. These are the products they sell or the services they offer. It's the stuff you can see and touch.
Okay, let's move one layer in to the how. Now, some companies know their how. This is their secret sauce, their proprietary process, the thing they do that makes them different or special.
And finally, we get to the heart of it all, the why. And this is where things get really interesting. Because Sinek found that very, very few people or organizations can clearly explain why they do what they do. And let's be super clear here. The why has nothing to do with making money. That's just a result. The why is your purpose, your cause, your belief. It's the reason your organization even exists in the first place.
And this all leads to probably the single most important quote from the entire book. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The things you sell are just tangible proof of your core belief. And when you lead with that belief, you connect with people on a totally different level. You find the ones who believe what you believe.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a nice, feel-good idea. But here's the kicker. Sinek's entire argument is that this isn't his opinion. The power of the Golden Circle is grounded in the actual biology of the human brain. Just look at this. The Golden Circle lines up perfectly with how our brains are built. That outer what layer, that speaks to our neocortex, the newest, most rational part of our brain, the part that understands language and facts. But the how and the why, they correspond directly to our limbic brains. That's the part that controls all our feelings, our trust, our loyalty, and all of our decision-making. And here's the catch. The limbic brain has zero capacity for language.
This is literally where our gut feelings come from. It's our limbic brain firing up. We make decisions on this deep, emotional, instinctual level, and then we use our rational brain to try and explain those decisions with facts and figures. So when you communicate starting with your why, you are talking directly to the part of the brain that makes decisions. It's a direct line to the heart.
So how do we actually put this into practice? How do we take this amazing insight about biology and use it to actually inspire people to take action?
Well, Sinek lays out the roadmap perfectly. It all has to begin with why. You have to get crystal clear on your purpose. Only after you know your why can you define your how, the actions and values that bring your cause to life. And finally, you get to your what, the products and services that serve as the tangible proof of that belief you started with.
And when an organization actually lives this way from the inside out, the results are just incredible. Decisions become way simpler because your why acts as a filter. Loyalty isn't just a marketing metric, it's a deep human connection to your cause. Trust becomes the default, which creates an environment where optimism and real innovation can actually flourish.
So who is the person behind this incredibly powerful idea? Well, a quick look at the author, Simon Sinek, really helps explain why this concept has become such a global phenomenon.
Simon Sinek is an author and speaker who pretty much became an overnight sensation after his 2009 TEDx talk on this exact topic went viral. I mean, it is still one of the most watched TED Talks of all time. And since then, he's shared this powerful framework with everyone from Microsoft and NASA all the way to the Pentagon, proving just how universal and potent this idea really is.
All right, let's bring it all home. If we're going to remember just a few key things from this transformative book, please make it these.
So let's recap. First, always communicate from the inside out. Start with your why. Second, remember that this isn't just a clever theory, it's straight up biology. The golden circle is a map of our decision-making brain. Third, this means you have to focus on inspiration to build long-term loyalty, not manipulation for short-term gains. And finally, it all comes back to that one central truth. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
That simple, powerful idea is the whole game. So, as we close out, I'm going to leave you with the same exact question that Simon Sinek poses to the entire world. What is your why?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.